artist's duty to reflect the times in which we live. We wrote this song for a film that was based on events that were 50 years ago, but we say that Selma is now because the struggle for justice is right now. Yeah. We know that the Voting Rights Act that they fought for 50 years ago is being compromised right now in this country today.
That was John Legend at the Oscars last night, attempting to reinforce another legend that's really more of an urban myth, the chestnut, that the Voting Rights Act will be rescinded and that African Americans will somehow be disenfranchised. It's not going to happen. But young Mr. Legend is right in a way I'm sure he did not intend. As we now know, the Obama administration moves full speed ahead on amnesty for illegals, despite the decision of a federal judge last week ordering all that to stop. Now, we heard testimony before a congressional committee 2 weeks ago that illegals are taking advantage of loopholes in executive amnesty and registering to vote. With the addition of non-citizens to the voter rolls, African Americans will not see their right to vote denied, but they will see the power of their votes diluted. John Legend may not fully realize it, but the civil rights of all lawful American citizens are being jeopardized by the current administration. For anyone who thought President Obama would usher in a post-racial era, think again. Instead, we have what is perhaps our most racial era. The president, well-versed in street agitation as a community organizer, understands the power of grievance and the venom of victimhood. It is a toxic combination that threatens domestic tranquility, and it was in full flower at the Oscars last night. You know, maybe the Academy should formulate a new category, Best New Grievance from the Political Left. We'll hear John Legend talk about it, and then I'll name it. Here's the clever and caustic way it was explained last night.
We know that right now, the struggle for freedom and justice is real. We live in the most incarcerated country in the world. There are more black men under correctional control today than were under slavery in 1850. When people are marching with our song, we want to tell you we are with you, we see you, we love you, and march on.
The new current term that comes out of what we just heard is over-incarceration. The notion that it is somehow unjust to incarcerate so many African American men who have been convicted of crimes, the implication that somehow justice should not be blind, at least not colorblind, and that punishment should be determined via racial quotas. Does our court system make mistakes sometimes? Probably. But that does not mean that a remedy can be found in avoiding the incarceration of the guilty. To those who lament the incarceration of so many African American men, it seems to me the focus should be on crime prevention, not criminal rationalization. Preventing crime means more than locks and alarms. It means teaching young people of every race that there is no excuse for engaging in criminal conduct. Ironically, John Legend won the Oscar last night for Best Song. He wrote it for the movie Selma, a film that chronicled the civil rights struggles of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Reverend King dreamed of a day when we would be judged not by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. Sadly, John Legend and others on the left are promoting exactly the opposite. They are demanding what they would call social justice based on skin color, entirely. 48 years ago, Gregory Peck won the Oscar for Best Actor for his performance in To Kill a Mockingbird. Sadly, the theme of that film, a black man unjustly accused and convicted, has become the template for a cynical view of our criminal justice system today. That is why a black president and a black attorney general today play their parts in a real-life parody so wrong-headed that it turns the title of that award-winning novel and Oscar-winning movie on its head. Now the prevailing theme is to mock a killing bird. At least that's how I see it. By the way, you'll want to check out Newsmax.com, our parent website featuring the list of 100 most influential African American Republicans. Stay tuned.